we got Dak out for the season. What's next for the Cowboys? What's going on here?
As somebody who's had an unhealthy amount of emotional investment into the Cowboys, as other people don't know, my dad grew up a Cowboys fan. That's my second team. I think what's next for the Cowboys is what you hear in Rocky Theory from Clubber Lang, pain. It's going to be awful for the Cowboys. I think Cooper Rush completed 13 passes for like negative 30 yards or something crazy like that. No, not that crazy, but still like just ridiculous. Several turnovers. They can't do anything. Cowboys, I don't see how they're going to win a game unless there's maybe some easy cupcake, maybe like the Giants or something like that. Yeah, there you go. It's not going to be good. I think this is all part of a greater scheme, though. They're going to fire McCarthy and trade Dak Prescott. They are going to sign Deion Sanders as head coach and draft Sanders as their new quarterback, and that's what's next for the Cowboys, in my opinion.
You got to bookmark this one.
The issue is they might not be tanked. They might not have the spot to get the quarterback. They might have had too many wins to start the year, but that's the plan.
Well, what might happen is they sign Deion Sanders, and then Deion trades up to the number one pick. Gives up several future first round picks, and then drafts Sanders. That's always an option. But what I'm interested in seeing is if they can, get Trey Lance on the field. Because I think they have some belief in Trey Lance. That's why they traded for him.
Yeah,
that's why they traded for him.
Zach. Yeah.
You get Jonathan Mingo and Trey Lance on the field together. I think that could lead to some interceptions. Allow some interceptions.
No, it's all your tanking theory.
Knowing Zach, I know he's being facetious. Yeah, I know Zach's being facetious, but it's another example of how poorly ran the Cowboys are. Why would you trade for Trey Lance and give up a fourth, right? You're not even going to play him?
There's a fourth for Lance and a fourth for Jonathan Mingo.
Yeah. What are you doing with Mingo? Like, that doesn't make any sense.
They paid more for Jonathan Mingo than the Chiefs did for DeAndre Hopkins.
Marcus, who's calling the shots over there? Who's calling the shot? Is it Jerry, or who's making these moves?
When it comes to like draft picks, it's not Jerry. He's letting
what about trading the draft
do
picks?
That kind of stuff. But like doing this stuff, it has to be Jerry, because it doesn't make sense of how disconnected they can be. The Mingo situation, Zach brought up Hopkins. People brought up what they traded for Amari. That a lot of that's contract based, right? When you're getting a younger player, the contracts and everything like that are a little bit different. That's why the price is a little bit different. But I wouldn't have done it. I don't think anybody outside of Dallas thought that was a good move. It's going to be bad for the Cowboys. They seem to go through this cycle every few years where Dak gets hurt and the Cowboys suck. They tank and get a high draft pick. You have the same thing with Romo. Cowboys would have a couple good years. They'd make playoffs. Romo would get hurt, suck. That's how they got Zeke and Dak that year. But, Dak wasn't high pick. But this is the cycle for the Cowboys. This is what they do. Jerry's going to want to have all eyes on him in this offseason. I definitely think Deion Sanders is going to be the coach next year. We'll see who they end up drafting, because you don't know where it's going to shake out draft position wise. I don't want them to sell all their first round picks for somebody, but maybe trading Dak, maybe somewhere like that would make sense. I never thought they should have signed Dak to that contract, because I never thought he earned it. Well, I don't know about earned it. That's probably not fair. More of just, I don't think he was ever the answer. He's not going to win a Super Bowl. And as far as this season goes, it sucks. I thought CeeDee Lamb was the easy wide receiver one. That never happened. Jalen Tolbert was looking like he was ready to break out. Nope, goodbye. Ferguson. Nope, never going to happen. It's just the running game. It's all done. Anybody that you have for Dallas it's an abyss when it comes to fantasy. It's dead.
Marcus, I like your fairy tale of bringing in Coach Prime and Shedeur Sanders, but Deion Sanders says there's a better player out there, so there's a chance trading Dak away for that war chest, he might bring in a Travis Hunter.
You're not going to get no war chest for Dak Prescott.
He wants them both. This is the NFL. There's always a team that wants a quarterback, and they will trade.
There will be demand. There will be demand for Dak Prescott. He is a good quarterback. He might not be a great quarterback. He's definitely a good quarterback.
To answer Eric's question, if the Cowboys magically got the first overall pick, probably would be better to keep Dak and take Hunter instead of getting rid of Dak and trying to why you have the quarterback and a defensive player and a wide receiver. I'm not sure which way Hunter would declare. I doubt he would play both, but maybe. I feel like hard.
Well, if Deion Sanders really is the coach, I think you could see him playing both since Deion, would play
exactly.
I think you can see it, but stamina-wise, how's that? How can he pull it off?
Yeah,
Tyler, what do you think? Tyler, what do you think about a player who plays both ways? Are you familiar with Travis?
We're talking Deion Sanders.
Yeah, Brian.
What year is
Deion the coach?
This is the first I'm hearing of it. He's a coach Cowboys.
It's a prediction.
So he's coaching Buffalo.
We'll
right
talk
now,
about
Colorado.
it because it's Bears adjacent. I mean, he's the Buffalo's coach. That's close to a Bear, so I'll talk about it. All I'm saying is this man is a coach. I'm a big fan of Deion, but he became a caricature of himself. He just fires half the staff, and then all of a sudden their season tanks, and then. Is that his route he's going to take going into the Cowboys? I mean, I don't know. I was just looking up the Buffalo's record before I started.
Sorry, Mark. Sorry, I think I'm lost on you, Tyler. We're talking about the Coach Prime at the Colorado Buffaloes.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about too.
Team.
He actually fired all the stuff there.
Yeah, he fired a lot of people on his coaching staff last year.
He brought in his new laundry. He said
last year wasn't.
That's what he does. He made
last year
wild
wasn't
adjustments.
I will say, as a Washington Commanders fan, I embrace this idea that we're talking about right here. Let's bring in the circus. Deion Sanders coming in, and
I never said it was a good idea. I'm just telling you what will happen.
I don't think Jerry will go trade
Micah Parsons. They could also trade Micah Parsons away for a war chest. So they do have assets to potentially come up with. Maybe
trade Parsons to his old defensive coordinator. Is that what you're suggesting?
Washington goes over.
Maybe they can trade Micah Parsons to us. He can come on our podcast. We can.
Yeah, we'll bring him on.
We have different topics to go on, but I just think the Parsons thing's ridiculous when Parsons doesn't even like Dak. So we don't have to get into it, but the Cowboys are living up to the dysfunction.